Well met, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be finally catching up to My Hero Academia. So I think we're going from 321 to 325, and that will be the latest chapter to date. Unfortunately, the next chapter comes out same day as One Piece, so that's tomorrow morning or the day after, so we're just going to miss out on that one. But yeah, finally catching up after so long. It's been a great journey so far. This last arc has been one of the best by far that Heroes Academia's had, I reckon. So, before I get into anything, we have Discord down below where we chat about all the different series that we cover on this channel, and we also talk about games, movies, all the good stuff. If you're interested, the link is down in the description below. Alright, quick recap, and then straight into finishing these chapters. Okay, I said quick recap again, but it's going to be similar to last time. So much is happening in these chapters. We're not in the war anymore, but we're like progressively moving quite fast, and Deku's evolving quite fast towards the next big battle. So, rather long recap. Let's get into this. Uh, Deku and All Might have been traveling as bait to lure out All For One's minions. So we have like Deku and Deku, All Might. All Might's following in the Batmobile. I think he called it the Hercules. It's the Deku Mobile, essentially. The thing's great. And then, so they're like far ahead, and then a few kilometers or so, quite a while behind them, you've got Endeavor, Genist, and Hawks all kind of acting as backup so that if someone does launch an attack, they can kind of close in pretty quickly. And then, it happens, of course, as it does. They were right. So, Lady Nagant. I actually like this character quite a bit. Her quirk is Rifle. She's a former Safety Commission member, kind of like Hawks, held in Tartarus because she killed someone who is making her do questionable things that a hero probably shouldn't do. So she was assigned to capture Deku um, by All For One, and she had her rifle ability like made her right arm turn into a sniper like contraption, I would say. She also got gifted a quirk. It was like air step or something like that. So she could literally bounce on air, kind of like how Sanji does, but with like easier. uh, so yeah, the fight between her and Deku let Deku experiment with the combination of his quirks, and he's able to now reach a pseudo 100%, at least through movement. So he's able to match All Might's current speed, kind of. Even though his body can't take 100% of All For One, what he can do is combine the other quirks to kind of propel himself to get there. And, if when he ever does reach 100%, when he can utilize All Might's quirk to the fullest, he's just going to be a monster, honestly. Like, not much will be able to stop him. So, during the fight, we see Chisaki there, or Overhaul. He's kind of lost it a little bit, but Deku's, abilities and instinctiveness, Naganta was using him as bait, try and make him hesitate for a second. Deku just goes in and saves him, immediately. And that kind of sways her perspective back more to the bright side. Because she was more of an assassin, she kind of remembers what it's like, what the heroes are supposed to be, and it kind of brings her back a little bit than the side that she was usually associated with, which is like taking out villains or corrupted heroes, just, making sure some people don't see the light of day again. Very hero-like work, of course. So by the end of the fight, Nagant is kind of more willing to start helping Deku again, but a hidden contract from All For One causes her to explode. So when he gave her the float light quirk, he also implanted like some sort of explosive contract. So if she stops fighting or something like that, she just pretty much straight up explodes, and it almost kills her. I think they said she was in a hospital recovering, but she wasn't doing well. Like, well, she's living, thank goodness. But yeah, she's very badly hurt after that. And then yeah, so since she attempted to help, she did give them some information. You see Deku and Deborah Hawks go to the place. She's provided very clear bait by All For One. The man knows how to read people, of course. And, he just gets in Deku's head even more. The whole place is a trap, just explodes. But he's got some free real estate in Deku's head right now, rent free, as it were. And he's just preying on the fact that Deku has to live up to the burden of One For All now. His sole responsibility is to take All For One down. And yeah, the Deku's best way of doing that he sees is just to take on the burden himself so that none of his friends get caught up in this because they can't take it at the moment. So, we're like halfway through this recap. Holy crap. So even more of the heroes are quitting after seeing people change, like the general population change their stance on heroes. There was a meeting between, I think it was Endeavor Hawks, Genist, and then Kamui Woods, Mountain Lady, and Edgeshot. So they're like the top heroes that are left. They also did mention at one point that the foreign heroes might be coming in soon, so that could be interesting. I think we saw one of those in Vigilantes. It'd be interesting to see if like that would be one of the heroes coming back in, but I haven't caught up on Vigilantes for a long time, so yeah. And they also kind of discussed why. So the media's closing in on One For All, but they're also the heroes are also wondering why All For One hasn't exactly mentioned that to the media as well. Like he doesn't want that information known just yet or at all. Like maybe it would hurt him as well. Not hurt him, but make it a bit more difficult. He wants the general population at this point in time to be against heroes. If they know like there's a war, it could be an iffy change for either side. So it's best for both parties to not do it yet. But that being said, it's up in the air at the moment. They could choose to do whatever. Then we see a second mercenary attempts to capture Deku, but Deku's he's evolving right now, being trained by all the predecessors, and yeah, kind of destroys him. And then he decides to go solo, so he breaks away from All Might as well. Again, because he wants to take the burden on. He needs to. All Might's living in his head, so much pressure. He's tunnel visioning, and yeah, just leaves All Might behind so he can start taking it on. And then we see Stain stalking Toshinori right after Deku leaves. I hope he's just there for a chat. Uh-oh. While Deku's run himself ragged after saving a few people, we see Dictator appear. And he's essentially a puppet master. He connects to people and then controls their bodies through like cords. And then the people start swarming Deku. He can't attack them because they're civilians. And he's kind of tired. He hasn't rested much at all. And he just gets swarmed by the people, and then Bakugo comes in for the save. One shots Dictator. Too easy for him. So we see Class 1A has Bakugo knows Deku so well at this point, and so does the rest of the class, like honestly. They've been planning with the principal to, to get back to Deku and help like get his head in the right place. Because as I said, they know him. And Bakugo says in the previous chapter, like, if you leave All Might alone with Deku, he's not going to know what to do. So the boys are there to help him get his right frame of mind back. Which is very cool. It's definitely what he needs. Like, no one else would be able to, 100%. The whole of 1A attempts to detain Deku and let him rest. They don't want him to shoulder the burden alone. And that's pretty much where we're up to. I guess this might be a good way of setting up the next age of heroes if it ever does come to pass. I don't think it'll ever be the same after what's exactly happened here, because so many people have so much to answer for in this current generation of heroes, and the new one still hasn't really had their chance to do anything yet. It's pretty much just been Deku kind of overstepping his limits to get somewhere, but he hasn't really done anything major himself, I guess. I don't know how to put that actually. He's the only one stepping up with the old generation to do things. But that being said, Bakugo and Shoto were in with him kind of on the big fight against Shigaraki. So I guess we'll find out. It might be the answer to setting up a new society of heroes, but Deku needs to learn how to like spread it around instead of relying on the one pillar like All Might was. I think this is what I'm trying to say. Instead of relying on the number one hero to solve everything, they can kind of spread it around a lot more and rely on each other. You know, share the responsibility, keep each other stable, rather than just look at the one guy as a symbol of peace. It might be the way to go. We'll see. We'll see. That's just my thoughts on the matter. But my goodness, it was a longer recap than last time. Oh. All right. Well, definitely time to get into this then. So we have 5 chapters. Here we go. We have a nice color page for 321. Looks like they're building a giant All Might mech. Looks pretty cool actually. Even got the like hair sticking up. Very cool. All right. 321. Here we go. We are at the car. Are we at the Hercules or is this the Genus Mobile? Oh, this is the Genus Mobile. Endeavor. This dude was no match for the combo attack from Bakugo, Todoroki, and Yaoyorozu. All I did was chip him out of the ice. Did they curl him up again? Okay. That's Dictator. There's no guarantee he's operating alone though. We better make sure those hero-heading civilians who ran off are safe. You 3 should join Hawks and the others. Keep the area secure. And then on his comms, Endeavor. Shouldn't we get Genus to just nab him and get this over with? He's going through something right now. He looks up at the ice. There ain't much I can do now that he's zipping around like that. That's Kirishima. But even so, damn it. There's just loads more I want to say to the guy. And then they just run off. Me too. And then ooey with a star. No, Hawks. For now, just don't let anyone else interfere. The Deku cracks the whole like ice bolt that Shoto froze or brought up to stop him. Midoriya, did you ever think that maybe All For One wants you in this state? Here we go. He might seize this chance to attack UA. Running around to keep off the radar has left you, well, looking like that. So at least consider this backup plan. UA matters to you, right? You want to protect it? Sticking with us is a valid option. Let us join your fight. And then he only hears your turn. Your turn. That's what All Might said. No, I can't. This fight is between One for All and All for One. You all can't keep up. Oh. And then he's breaking free of the ice. Bakugo looks like he's on the move. Now, Uraraka. Sue comes in. Midoriya. With a tongue like swipe. Deku dodges it. And then he freezes. Mineta beads tenfold. Oh, he's got a chain. They've stuck to him. I never thought it was your power that made you awesome. He's flinging around on the back of him. He's climbing them. I fell for you when you were scared and sweating buckets and quaking in your boots. Back when we found a path forward together. The way you were back then. And then Deku closes his eyes and then black whips him away from his Mineta balls. Or beads. It just pushes him backwards. Oh my goodness. Wait, where did he go? Mineta's gone flying. Oh, okay, no, he's on a rooftop. I didn't see that. He's just placed him on a rooftop. He's okay. Sorry, Mineta. That old me is gone. Black Whip stretchiness plus one for all 45% plus Fajin. And then we see him, he's about to do his 100%, pseudo 100% movement. Walks. And then Uraraka's coming in. You're not going anywhere, Deku. I'm sure Bakugo will consider it disgraceful to get rescued. Things are different now, including me. And then he zips himself out of there. Uraraka closes her eyes as she dashes past, but then turns around. Now, guys. Oh my goodness. They've made an ice ramp. Is that a minecart? Oh my goodness, it's Bakugo powered. With acid. They're about to blast themselves. Acid Man protective coating style at 0.1% acidity. Go, Todoroki. And then it's just, yeah, Todoroki and Bakugo. Flash freeze and heat wave. There's so much we want to tell you. So it's just those two propelling themselves. And then on the way up, Uraraka touches the Acid Man so that he's just flying. There's so much we want to tell you, but since words alone won't reach you, you say we can't keep up. Huh? The thing is, Deku, we don't want to be protected by you, or reject who you are and what you're doing. We just want to be with you. And then while Bakugo's in the air, flying forward, without gravity, an Acid Man, blasting speed turbo cluster. You see huge explosions. Bakugo just goes flying even faster. Deku, I've got a lot I want to say. No, a ton I've got to say. But for now, I'm passing the mic to a guy built for speed. Oh. And then Eater's on the front. Was he in the Acid Man? What is going on? Go get him, Prez. See, needs to put his mask on. So the wind just in his face. You've always managed to outpace me. He is zooming right now. Wait, he caught him. That's precisely why I'm always ready to challenge you. His armor is shattering. If there's anything that could bolster Izuku Midoriya now, it would be. This is the first successor back in the previous 2 chapters that we saw. That's precisely why I'm always ready to challenge you. Those who share his resolve, those who can match his pace. That's the mess. That's kind of what I was talking about before. The people who are, keen to share his resolve, exactly like they're saying now. This is what the new society is going to be based on. Ida grabs his hand and keep running alongside him. But no, Deku, you can't. Just let go. I will not. Ignium the hero will dash across the land to take a lost child by the hand. Because giving help that's not asked for is what makes a true hero. Got him, boys. And then you see Deku kind of give up in a way. He's like, alright. He starts crying and then he just drops. From Class A to One for All. Alright, that's a good chapter to start on, not gonna lie. That's what it's gonna be built on, boys. Alright. 322. The Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite. Uh-oh. What a name. And then Deku. We're starting off with Deku. He's falling, but Ida's got him by the hand. I have to free myself from his grasp, but I don't have the strength left to do so. And then he's closing his eyes. Uraraka, release the gravity. Looks like they're falling a little bit. They're still zooming. Ida, how can I stick this landing? And then we have Kirishima running on the floor. I got it. I got it. Kirishima. Whoa. Are you okay? Invisible Girl and Aoyama. I won't break. Midoriya. A while back, this one story threw me for a loop. Some kid my age dashed into danger to save a pal. That had to be you, right? That didn't have squat to do with special powers or anything. What you did back then is the same sort of action we're taking for you now. Stellar positioning on your part, Kirishima. Just happened to be there while following Endeavor's orders, dude. Nah, Endeavor's got the forward thing, of course. And then the rest of the class just comes, like, from the buildings where they came from. Very cool. Mina, Midoriya. I can't stand the thought of losing anyone else, Kay. So, won't you stick with us? We've got classes to attend and stuff. Midoriya's kind of back up. Whoa there. Midoriya. I'd like that, but I'm too scared for all the people at UA. I don't want to make trouble for anyone else. Things just can't go back to how they used to be. Not anymore. Bakugo. Hey, remember what I said when Shigaraki made Swiss cheese out of me? No, I don't. It was, stop trying to win this on your own. But I had more to say. I needed to tell you that I got stabbed because my body moved on its own. I always looked down on you because you were quirkless. You're supposed to be beneath me. But I kept feeling like you were above me. I hated it. And then we're back to chibi kids. I couldn't bear to look at you. I couldn't accept the way that you were. I kept you at arm's length and was mean to you. I tried to act all superior by rejecting you, but I kept losing that fight. Since we got to UA, nothing's worked out how I thought it would, and they're like growing up as we go through this story. Very cool. Instead, this past year forced me to understand your strength and my weakness. Now, I don't expect this to change a thing between us, but I gotta speak my truth. Izuku, I'm sorry for everything. Oh. That stops Deku in his tracks right there. There's nothing wrong with the path you've been walking down since inheriting One for All and following All Might's lead. But now, you're barely standing, and those ideals alone ain't enough to get you over the wall that you are facing. This is very good right now. Very mature, Buck. I like this. We're here to step in when you can't handle it all on your own. Because to live up to those ideals and surpass All Might, we gotta save you, the civilians at UA, and the people on the streets. Because saving people is how we win. And everyone has always been way ahead of me. And then he says, I said you all couldn't keep up with me. I'm sorry I said something so awful. And then he collapses. Bakugo's just there. Catches him. We get it. And everyone looks forward. With that, our first challenge is cleared, says Momo. But the road ahead will be perilous. Uraraka says, yes. Looking around. Alright, where are we? We've blacked out. Oh, he's waking up. 13. He's up. Ah, that's great. Can you hear me, Midoriya? Yes? Wait, is that 13? Oh. At present, most civilians have moved into evacuation shelters across the country. The majority of the holdouts are anti-hero protesters who formed vigilante groups or violent pillagers simply riding the wave of escaped convicts. Every day, more people grow wary of the anti-hero ideology and decide to move into shelters. Meanwhile, most of the violent radicals end up forming gangs that are easy enough to track down. Mass evacuation continues amidst the violence, and personnel are assigned to deal with one effort after the other. One effort or the other. Everyone is doing their utmost to improve the situation. As for the aid you are providing out there, other heroes and the police are now able to take on that burden. I mean, kind of. He was doing two things. But, see the point. UA looks way different now with the security system. What is this? This is the UA emergency security system. And it's just like a dark tower around the school. Interesting. And that, yeah. He gets back. This is UA? Oh, wait, they're not even inside it yet. They were just carrying him. The UA barrier. Oh, wait. The UA's barrier is out in full force. And this giant wall is just the tip of the iceberg. You'll freak when you hear the deets about this system. They say we can combine with Shiketsu. Interesting. I mean, it's not going to do much against Shigaraki, but carry on. Of course, I want to honor Class A's feeling about all this, but no, I can't come back. Then we hear some noise in the background. 13 just kind of looks. What's all that noise? And there, oh, we have protesters. Don't let that boy take one step into UA, Excuse me? They say Shigaraki was targeting some kid, and he's the one, isn't he? They're gonna learn sooner or later. Oh no. Hey, now, take a chill pill, folks. Didn't you all hear the principal's explanation? He guaranteed our safety no matter what. What? And you were convinced by that crap? What do you mean you were convinced? You're all there, aren't you? We abandoned our homes and came here because we thought we'd be safe. So what's this ticking time bomb doing here? Why has it got to be UA, huh? Let him hide someplace else. And then Deku starts to walk away immediately, and Uraraka grabs his hand. Hey, it's okay. Ida and them started linking this chain. Bakugo played his part too. We're not letting go of you now. We won't let you. Because when heroes need protecting, who will be there to protect them? Oh. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is a good set of chapters so far, not gonna lie. Alright. And we're back. Oh, we're into the free chapters now, boys. Okay, not bad. 323. This one is called That Single Step. So, looks like we're flashing back. You spoke of the UA barrier proving its worth, but at the same time, we understand Midoriya's concerns too. If we are to drag him back to school, we'll need convincing evidence. This concerns the safety and security of the evacuees, which is why I said we would follow him. And then principal. This is no mere appeal to sentiment. It could be said that Midoriya is now the most valuable battle asset that the heroes have. So, no matter what happens next, it would be risky to give him shelter at an unprepared, substandard facility. UA is equipped with our nation's most advanced defense technology for that very reason. We pride ourselves on being as well defended as Tartarus even. We saw what happened to Tartarus, with the defeated Shigaraki all for one leading the fight. That thing got destroyed. Nothing's gonna hold up to the decay quirk that Shigaraki has. His touches, he doesn't even need to touch it anymore, he's just bop, gone. But sir, here we go, Momo, thank you. Shigaraki easily broke through Tartarus's defenses. Indeed. Ever since he attacked UA last year, I have put considerable thought into the threat posed by Shigaraki. Okay? So you see the barriers going up, which is precisely why I've added my own personal touches to the fortifications of UA's defense system. What? Who knew that was possible? There was much heated debate. To make a long story short, if an invasion were to begin at this very moment, no harm would come to the evacuees or the students. A villain incursion would not succeed. The UA barrier is more than mere walls. UA itself can travel. Oh my goodness. What? The grounds are partitioned like a board game, and each section is equipped with mechanisms that transform it into an underground emergency shelter. Oh, so they all like zoom down. Interesting. Then, those individual shelters enter a linear maglev network that can send them along any number of routes at our discretion. Oh wait, it's like a train system. So the whole thing folds up in a cube, goes down, and then can zoom anywhere along the tracks. Surely that's not secret. That could, isn't that an entrance, another way into the academy? Oh no. I mean, it sounds nice, for sure. It's like we're living in a giant robot anime. Kaminari. However, it would all be for naught if the system itself were to crumble. Therefore, we fortified the ground with about 3,000 layers of bulwark plates. Should the system detect unusual activity, a countermeasure will activate, and the connecting pillars will unlock, rendering each plate independently mobile. I guess that is pretty good, because the way Decay was working, it was just hitting everything connected to each other, right? So if they separate, maybe they'll stand a chance? This will significantly delay any incoming attack, during which time the shelters can speed off to safety. Shiketsu was the first to fortify their security system in a similar manner. In the wake of learning that an imposter had posed as a student of theirs back in the old days tournament, it is just one among several other schools that with hero courses that could provide a haven should we need to flee. And then Shiketsu. That's a long ways running. And it's way in the west. Oh wait, UA in the east, Shiketsu in the west. Yeah, come to think of it, man, this was alluded to in Volume 8 after the license course. Exactly. The upgrade seems designed to deal with decay transmitting through objects. But how could you have known at the time of the school festival how his quirk would evolve? Then there's a meeting with All Might and some of the other heroes. Indeed, there was no existing evidence for such a thing. I relied on my intuition. Is that the president's quirk? I mean, I know he's a creature. Is he a mouse? I think he's a mouse, right? Powerful. Principal's awesome, by the way. No. That is why I covered the expenses myself out of pocket. What? How much does he make his principal? That's got Kaminari. That's got to be way more than a few 100 million yen. You've got deep pockets, sir. Then Endeavor. The principal's major contributions to quirk morality education had made him a man of worldwide renown. That work of his continues to this very day. Fair enough. Man's got respect right there. Whoa. Lack of understanding. Intolerance. It seems we're always just one step away. Try as it might, humanity struggles to make true progress down its path. Issues shift. Voices clash, making that single step feel like an impossible journey. In any case, I believe there's a sound argument to be made for him being here with us. Definitely, Deku. Go on. Tackle the matter with your full power. And then we're back. So, Uraraka is holding Deku's hand. The crowd is chanting, "Don't let that kid enter UA. Shigaraki will come after him. UA guaranteed will be safe here. Keep him out. Get lost, kid." Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Mum. Having one for all makes him a Nomu, right? Oh my goodness. Izuku. And then everyone's just like, careful, keep back. Oh, wait, is that Eri? What is? And then too scary. It's the other kid. Oh, from the camp, whose name I forgot. There's always one every time. Back when they were at the training camp, the first time they saw Jailbreaker. Too scary. Go someplace else. We're just supposed to let him hide here. They don't seem convinced. And then someone's looking on their phone. Theory Shigaraki is after a UA student. Is it true that Shigaraki is targeting a UA student? What on earth are one for all and all for one? Oh. And then 13. Some of them were more understanding earlier, but not all of their doubts could be assured. And President Mike, let's keep calm, folks. This is a difficult argument to hear coming from school teachers. And then Genist steps forward. It was I who made this proposal. Genie, it's Genist. We're only here because we trusted you. Indeed. As the principal has explained, UA is currently the safest place to be. Your safety is our top priority. This is going to be good. Another speech. At first, we decided to take the fight to the enemy. We used Izuku Midoriya as bait in hopes of learning the villain's location. However, our search grid wasn't sufficiently wide enough and the operation met with limited success. Izuku Midoriya may be the villain's target, pardon me, but he is also one of our ultimate resources in battle. Allowing him to grow even more worn and frayed could lead to a fatal loss. Is this the optimal course of action? No. We will now rely on our backup plan. I understand why you do not willingly welcome this omen of unease, but please allow him to rest his weary body in his secure stronghold, so that, when needed, he can once again join the battle in peak condition. And the crowd's stunned. You losers failed and let Japan turn into this lawless wasteland. My goodness. And now you failed again. And you're out here telling us to pay the price for more of your mistakes? I don't think they see the whole situation. Like, I understand what's happening to them sucks. But they don't see that they're only trying to help. The whole crowd's just, no way. Some heroes you are. And Deku's just like getting bad vibes. Is he backpedaling right there? I think he is. Some heroes you are. Present Mike's just no dice. That unease spreads until it explodes. Give us a freaking break. All we want, and then someone's charging forward. Is that Uraraka? Okay. Where does she do it? She's jumping forward right now. All we want is a safe place to sleep at night. Oh yeah, she grabbed the speakerphone. Gravity. Watch out. So she's up flying above them. Wait, she's on top of the UA building. Deku. Izuku Midoriya has a special power in him. Yeah, good for him. He wants a break, so what? He doesn't got to rest here. You don't get it. He left school in the first place because he didn't want to make trouble for anyone. We were the ones who brought him back here. Uraraka. And then the note. That power of his, yeah, it is really special. It's a power that exists to beat all for one. That's why they're after him. That's why he had to leave this place. He left and went through who knows what out there. Take a good look at him. He's all beat up and Mum's crying. Everyone's finally looking at him. More than anyone, he wishes he could fix anything. Everything, rather. You're looking at a guy who could be attacked at any second, but continues to move forward anyway. So really, look at him. Please. People start turning. And then, oh, it's the fox lady you helped out before. I think that's a fox. It's him. He's the boy who saved me. Special powers are one thing, but there's no such thing as a special person. We've got this whole crazy defense system to protect these people, but they're still so scared. We're here to step in when you can't handle it alone. And then, oh, there's Cementos, Gang Orca. He's holding the principal. That single step feels like an impossible journey. And I believe once someone takes that unlikely step and carves a path, the ultimate hero will rise up, one who surpasses even Yagi. Yes, even All Might himself. Okay, there might be starting to be swayed. We've got a long way to go to, to talk to these people. It's, yeah, it's kind of working, I think. Alright, since this is a catch up, we will have a quick shadow break. But we've only got 2 more chapters left, so yes, shadow time. Go. Lie down. Lie down. Jumpy, 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 jumpy. Go. Check it. And we're back. Alright, 324. This is a young woman's declaration. Oh, okay. So we see part of the crowd. They're happy about something. I always loved seeing happy people. Wait, is that baby Uraraka? My parents always looked so exhausted, which was painful to see. When I saw heroes in action for the first time, my gaze went straight to the faces in the crowd. He's looking ragged, huh? Kinda weak and worn out. And then Deku's just He's not doing anything. He's just waiting. Poor lad. Yes, he's been fighting. He saved me out there, and he's been fighting this whole time? You want us to look at him? So what? Don't tell me that we should be covered in filth too? Uraraka immediately answers back, no! Heroes are the only ones coated in that filth, so give him a moment's rest to wash the grime away. Oh, that shut him up. Wow, Cho. Midoriya, right now Uraraka is fighting. Ida just says that. For you, of course, but for everyone else too. I always love seeing happy people. Fighting for our right to smile again. Uraraka, if you want me to stand up here and reassure you, I'm sorry, I cannot do that right now. That's because we're all gripped by that same fear and unease. We're all neighbors here, including him. Seeing him in action, always desperate to save people, has given me so much to think about. When a hero is hurting, when heroes are hurting, then you see panels of all of them. Deku, Bakugo, Ida, Genist, Mike, Eraser in the hospital. Hawk, Shoto, Endeavor with his top hat. And then even people in the crowd. That's young Uraraka. Where are your peepers pointing, O child? The heroes are that away. She's just looking at the smiles in the crowd. So, when a hero is hurting, when heroes are hurting, the ones to protect them have to be what we said in the last chapter. Please lend him your strength so that we have a shot at smiling together in the future. And then Toga's words spring to mind. Uh-oh. Then what he needs is your help. Please find it in your hearts to let him rest and recover, together with all of us. Izuku Midoriya is trying to take on all the responsibility that comes with his power, but he's still got plenty to learn himself. He's just a regular high school kid. Yeah, but this guy, this place is his, he's about to say home. And then we see the school teacher, the principal, Uraraka and her mom. This is... And then Deku's on the floor right now. It's a bad omen to trip and fall. This is the story of how I became the greatest hero. And then this place is his Hero Academy. Let him stay here. I thought it was going to be home, but that's just as good, honestly. Deku's on the floor. He's crying up. Oh my goodness. And the people, well, the fox lady's running forward. And also, principal, one step away. Try as it might, humanity struggles to make true progress. Ah, wait. And then the little kid comes forward as well. Oh, yes, from the training camp. Which shoes do you want? Those, gotta be those. The red ones that Midoriya was wearing. So both the two people that he saved previously stepped forward. The story of how we all became the greatest heroes. That's what I like to hear right there. Alright, next chapter. We must catch up. We're this close, we cannot stop now. 325. So they're running forwards. Mineta, Midoriya. What gives, Ida? This is now a moment. Isn't that right? Uraraka. Running forward. And then Fox Lady's there too. Midoriya. 325. The bonds of one for all. I'm sorry, I was too scared to run over here. Sorry. So sorry. But then that lady stood up and said that stuff. I had to try because I want to be like you. That's why I am here. Get it? You don't gotta cry anymore. You'll be okay. Oh, Coda. Then you're a UA student then? Yes, miss. She's just picking him up. He's half her height. Several shelters turned me away. No heteromorphs allowed, they said. It was one rejection after the next until UA finally took me in. But, well, this means I get to see you again. How lucky for me. Thank you for saving me. My crybaby hero. Nah. And then they're both giving him hugs, of course. Look at the rest of the crowd. They're quiet now. Instead of freaking out and laying blame every which way, why don't we take a moment and hear these folks out? The boy is not asking to kick up his feet and stay here forever, right? But supplies and good help are hard to find out there these days. So if the boy needs a break before the world grinds him down to nothing, this place is his last best bet. That's the long and short of it. Right, heroes? Principal? Indeed. Why not Shiketsu then? If they've got the same setup. Right. Except they'd probably react the same way over there. Oh. To be frank, until our world went to hell, I never really realized it myself. How I was like a spectator, and heroes were performers on a stage. Once upon a time, the unmatched All Might showed us all how to be a hero. He was the act to follow, and everyone cheered him on. But along the way, people forgot about the heart and soul that made the man. Here we go. We're getting to the deep stuff now, boys. The stage is gone now. The theater's knocked down. With failure after failure, heroes can't be hoping for glory and riches at this point. So many of the folks who were once called heroes have hung up their capes. This man's spin facts. Think about it. Those ones who are still left, still fighting, what do you think they're fighting for? Asking the real questions. If we reject the ones still standing up for what's right, what do we even have left? How'll there be a chance in hell of going back to our old lives? Sure, we're all hurting here, but let's stop and use our heads. You love to see it. How long can we be spectators on the sidelines? This man just let them all know they're not the main characters. But they could be. And then people start, thinking. You just see it. There are rumors of a guy with multiple quirks, dressed in rags. They say he's either an agent of the villains or maybe a true hero. So tell us. Say you get to rest here for now. Small picture of Deku in the corner. Will we get to go back to our old lives eventually? Everyone in this together. Oh, wait. Hang on. Let me start that again. Deep breath. Everyone is in this together with me. So, yes, we'll bring it all back. He still cried while he says it. Oh my goodness. And then some of the doors open. Did you happen to hear Uravity's speech, Gang Orca? Endeavor, Shoto, and Hawks. Wait, they were waiting outside? Come in and see for yourselves. All is well. At least, for the time being. Then they all go in. They're all looking kind of stunned. Look at Endeavor though. He's just like, he did it. In the end, all we did was cause more pain for Deku. No real progress, just a roundabout way of getting to this point. I think Endeavor's still missing it a little bit. No progress? Orcs, I disagree. We're seeing it here. One for All is a network of power that links people's hearts. It tied All Might to Midoriya. Then, Class A kept Midoriya in the game, and Uravity linked these people to Midoriya. If all of us are even a little bit capable of seeing each other as united, as one, then I see a future where heroes have time to kill. Not, you know what I mean. They actually have free time. One so bright we can't help but grin. And oh, Mom finally got to Izuku. She's crying buckets as well. Okay, nice. Let's have a look at some of these characters. This kid's got a mohawk. That looks like a Dragon Ball character. Very nice. And then Shoto looks at Endeavor. Father, we do this together. Then picture of Darby. Looks at his, tips his hat. Yeah, he's definitely crying. Aw. Then Principal and Cementos. This was beyond my power, but your class achieved it, Aizawa. Oh my goodness, he was on speaker the entire time. Eyes were heard it all. Be sure to tell my class president, job well done for me. How's the leg faring? I won't be the next Mirko. I can tell you that. Oh, he's got a metal leg. And Kurogiri? I try to speak to him every day, but no progress on that front. The breakthrough you and Mike had was the inspiration to ship some Nomukuragiri included to Central Hospital in secret and begin restorative research. They're going to try to reverse it somehow? The copy of his quirk was pulverized by Mirko. But if you hadn't reached through to Shirakumo's spirit that day, no place on this planet would be an impenetrable stronghold any longer. It may be faint and elusive as a cloud, but there remains a wisp of hope for us. Still keeping up the strategy against Toga? Yes. We have inferred the limitations of her quirk in terms of quantity of blood ingested and transformation duration. Accordingly, we are only admitting evacuees into UA after keeping them in isolation for long enough. Bruh. They're doing a good job right there, okay? Then UA really is our stronghold. And it's time for payback. Yes. Of course. Wait. Why is Toshinori walking away from All Might? I mean, away from UA. All Might, what you doing there, buddy? Whoa. You should be in there too. Why is that it? Don't in there. We're up to date again. Oh no, now I have to wait. Now we have to wait. All this together, of course. Alright, well, fantastic set of chapters. Honestly, this is a very good place to put a break in. Yeah, so kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen, we're not going to be covering this with each chapter that comes out every week. We'll be putting it on hold for a while and then doing a catch up every couple of weeks. But yeah, this set of chapters, 100% all about, Class A helping Deku to get his mind right and really shifting away from what they said this chapter and previous, shifting away from the one symbol that held everything together to a group of heroes who are all sharing the same mindset, same resolve to save people, to help out. And that it would just make such a more stable society rather than heroes just seeking fame and fortune and all the good stuff. Because as they said, like, those heroes have quit, right? The ones still standing, what are they fighting for? That old man who made that speech at the end, he's a thinker. Once he gets thinking, Uraraka just had to start it. But yeah, this fantastic set of chapters. It's not anything unexpected, I don't think. Before this whole set of chapters even started, I mentioned something about it towards the end of the recap. And it looking like it may turn out this way. Of course, this is before the next battle, right? So anything could still happen. But yeah, it's going to get more interesting from here. He's not going to be able to stay around and, do nothing. He's only here until he's rested, and then he's off again, and then he'll be back. So it's going to be interesting. He still needs to train his quirk, but now that he's in the best environment for it, he should be able to move forward a bit more. Well, maybe even a bit quicker. We'll see how we go. I am wondering what's happening with Toshinori right now. Why is he walking away? That's not good. Has Stain had a nice meeting with him? And yeah, I'm kind of worried about that actually. But it's very interesting to see, like, they're taking precautions for Toga sneaking in. Even they've got one for Shigaraki's decay. Yeah, Toga sneaking in, and they're also trying to research how to. I'm not sure if restore is the right word, but that's what they're calling it. Restorative research for the Normu. The Normu were pretty much dead beings based on. There was the implanted quirks that still had a consciousness into a dead body, right? Is that what a Nomu was? I think that's what it was. Or it was a near dead body with other quirks infused into it, who got their consciousness instead. But restorative research is going to be interesting because they're never going to be back to normal. The way they go with that could be kind of screwed up. I mean, as screwed up as the Nomu are already. If they do regain their original identities and stuff, they're just going to freak out. But that's a very, very long shot. I'm not sure they'll go that far. But yeah, it's a very good place for My Hero Academia at the moment. Really looking forward to the next arc. Definitely a good time to put it on hold though, so we can catch up with the whole next arc in one go. Yes, sir. Nah, but hopefully we won't hold it off for that long. But yeah, keen to get back into it. Alright, so this is a bit of a shorter one. Nice. We're gonna have next few videos coming up will be Tower of God on Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be Omniscient Reader. We're starting a new series. I'm not sure how many chapters we're going to do at the moment. There's about 64, 65 out at the moment. So I'll probably go... I'll start off... I don't know. We'll see how we go on the first one. It could be 5, it could be 10, depending on how long they are. But yeah, it will be Tower of God Tuesday, Wednesday Omniscient Reader, Thursday Soul Leveling, of course. Friday is on break. One Piece is on break this week. So may or may not do Omniscient Reader then. But yeah, it'll be another Omniscient Reader, second video for the week, and then yeah, that'll be probably it. But yeah, very, very cool. Very cool set of chapters. Definitely enjoyed that. Alright, I should probably wrap this up. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching, listening, or reading along, if that is what you do. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Laters.